Matt Gray, over 2.3 million followers across 5 social media platforms, over 176,000 newsletter subscribers, and over $14.5 million a year, is one of the most profitable personal brands out there. From being 15k in debt to earning millions of dollars, here is how he runs his personal brand empire, printing millions of dollars a year. So get your pen and paper, because these insights can make a night and day difference in your conversion. Let's get right into it. Matt is an entrepreneur and a personal brand expert, helping founders break free from burnout by giving them the ultimate promise of the internet, building scalable systems, growing personal brands, and achieving true entrepreneurial freedom. And the secret to his success is his relatability with his target audience. Through first-hand experiences, he has monetized his skill in helping entrepreneurs take the leap of faith and scale beyond their dreams. But he does this not through guesswork. Matt is a tried and tested veteran who has gone through all the hell to get to the highs of today. And this is what gives him the edge. His relatability and the storytelling resonates with his target audience. And why? Because he was once in their shoes. He is now able to speak their language, understand their pain points, and know exactly where to guide them. And that is his secret. He attracts customer profiles with similar or the same values as him. The two key tenets that Matt follows are: there is a critical relationship between physical health and business performance, and by prioritizing self-care, he has renewed energy and focus, which contribute to his success. And he suggests that entrepreneurs should not overlook their well-being, as it directly influences their productivity and creativity. And then he wants to redefine success and work-life balance, concluding a new vision for a new kind of entrepreneur that values quality of life over sheer revenue generation, where his main strategy and focus is about life and business systemization, and a focus on doing more with less. Systemizing your business and life so you can focus on doing what you love. But more importantly, Matt uses this unique mechanism, an anchor, a framework that helps to systemize his life and business that anyone can use, a clear roadmap and a simple method of achieving your dream life, and that is the Ikigai. And the Ikigai is a Japanese concept referring to something that gives a person a sense of purpose, a reason for living. And this unique mechanism that Matt preaches removes ambiguity in decisions for his target audience. It is used as a starting guide, like in his first automated email, which we'll look into later. And it's a clever way to help people to get their dream life in order, but also a clever way to get people to think about his services. And using this Ikigai, it gets the customer profile to review their life, and it could be considered as a nurturing and qualifying psychological mental tool for his funnel, because it gives people the motivation, but not in a plain and simple way, because motivation is made of autonomy, capability, and relatedness. And this mental model of Ikigai gets people to review their life on their own, which is the autonomy, by getting people to think about this stuff, and this is priming them to use his services, and then having them use an easy framework, which is the capability, and relatedness, because he focuses on systemization of life and business. And who doesn't want that, doing more with less? He naturally aligns himself with a lot of founders and online entrepreneurs through this mental model. And using this, we now move on to the most important part of any funnel out there, is the foundation of everything: the branding, the structure of his messaging, every offer, every email, literally everything. And that is the ideal customer profile. And this customer profile is a detailed description of the type of customer who would benefit from the product the most, and that provides the highest value to the business in return, which we'll return to later, how he does this in his funnel. And this is important to his success, because you need to understand the fact that Matt's competitive edge is his experience, his first-hand experience of problems his customer profile is facing. And as a result, the game is easy for him. He knows exactly who and how to target the pain points, how to nudge them in a direction, how to prod emotions, and close effectively as a result of this, because it's his relatable story that builds credibility and removes the uncertainty in someone's head. That question that pops up into the customer's mind when they are buying something online, that what does he know about my problem? And his story is his business, his personal brand. It's succeeded because he has aligned himself with an audience that he has first-hand experience with, and his experience is the bridge that connects Matt's brand and the audience's uncertainty. And as a result, he understands the idea that I just mentioned. How does he know to fix my problems if he hasn't been in my shoes? And he did not create a new market desire, but aligned himself with an existing one and an existing customer profile. And luckily for him, it's his expertise. The escape of 9 to 5. Possibility of living your life on your own terms, doing more with less. Creating that ultimate personal brand that enlightens, resonates, educates, and takes action. And by understanding this, you see where his success lies in his empire. He's not speaking to everyone, because when you speak to everyone, you're speaking to no one. And he understands exactly who he wants to target, how to target them, when and why. And this is further reinforced by his funnel's strong approach to qualification, which we'll cover later on. And that is a secret to his online empire. Hope is not strategy, because think about it this way: at the top of your funnel, your goal is not to catch an audience in your net. It is for them to be happy they caught you in their net. They should be happy about discovering you, that someone is finally speaking to them in this ocean of information. And because Matt has honed in exactly on this profile, this is what is happening. And it's his personal experience that strongly resonates and appeals to this customer profile, speaking their language and knowing how to tell a story by weaving in their emotions, so they happily move beyond the awareness stage without any hesitation. And then, because he understands this customer profile, he has 4 offers that each align to a customer awareness level. So his first and main money printing machine is his newsletter, which is a lead generation tool but also a sales weapon, because it drives traffic to his premium programs by offering free high value insights that build up his authority and credibility. And then you have the Founder OS, which is a scalable course selling plug and play systems for entrepreneurs to grow their business. And then you have the next one, the mid-ticket, which is a Founder OS Plus. And this is a mid-ticket providing a personalized support and coaching for faster and easier results. And then you have his premium offer, the high ticket, which is the Mastermind. That is an exclusive premium price community for high value founders seeking advanced growth strategies. But you can have all your offers and you can have the best funnel ever. However, it won't do you any favors if you have no traffic coming in, because no traffic is no results. So how does Matt do this? Spread across 5 social media platforms with over 2.3 million followers combined, and a newsletter with 170,000 followers. He's a jack of all trades. He has eyes everywhere, and all he has to do is click a few buttons and the brand is printing money. And here is his top of the funnel traffic and content overview, so you can apply it to your strategy today. As we've mentioned, one of Matt's key tenets is the systemization of processes in business and life to do more with less. And he does this with his content as well. He has systemized his content using a content flywheel, which is designed to build momentum in content creation, distribution, and audience growth, which emphasizes efficiency and scalability. And it's very simple. So you have to create a pillar content, which is a high quality core content, such as a long form post, a long form video, that focuses on a main problem that your audience has, that has a long-term relevance to maximize its life cycle. And YouTube is a great platform for this because it's digital real estate. As think of how many videos you have been recommended from 7 years ago, and then you take that content, break it down into micro content and repurpose it for various platforms. And then what you do is you distribute it across multiple platforms because you have repurposed it and optimized it for each platform. You know, spread it across where your audience is most active, and you engage with the audience through comments, responses, and community building. And then you want to engage, collect feedback, monitor the responses to refine your strategy, identify any recurring themes, questions, desires, pain points, and interests from the audience. And then you go back using that feedback, you create the long form video and you repurpose, and you go again and again. And so now you've got your content left, right, center. Here's the breakdown of Matt's content strategy: bring in traffic and nurture them so they move further into the funnel with minimal effort. So you have to understand that, remember, Matt is not targeting anyone. All of his videos are value driven content that targets a desire, a pain point, a curious mind of the ideal profile, and the entire funnel links together. He brings people through his short form into his long form into his short form, and then into his emails, planting the seeds of inspiration by positioning himself as an authority in the space. And his content is all about nurturing and enlightening the prospect by illustrating key lessons he has learned along the way in his own journey, because that is his thing. His personal stories are his unique value proposition, and he uses them to build that emotional connection with his brand and engagement that sparks conversation. So for example, let's first cover YouTube. Matt's long form YouTube videos are his traffic generator, but also a nurturing mechanism, because content creators have realized that YouTube can be a very powerful core of your funnel that drives high value customers. It attracts highly engaged audiences. As a result, it's an effective mechanism of digital real estate, like I just told you, that can yield significant results no matter how long they've been posted. And as a result, Matt gets this. The problems he tackles are not going to go away in a snap. They will always resonate with the target audience, and with the rise of automation and AI, You could say that will help him even more because founders will be looking more into systemization of their businesses to upscale business efficiencies whilst minimizing costs. And now Matt has a great angle to position himself for further high ticket offers in the future. And then you notice that all of his videos are educational about how to do something. So how to insert ideal customer profile desire, pain point, whatever. These videos have a clear and educational purpose. It's about getting that one foot in the door of his ideas and principles, so you start building your entrepreneurial dream in your head before buying his services. And it's all about focusing on reciprocity in terms of giving immense value through actionable advice in a how-to format, so the customers feel the need to take the next step in the funnel without a forceful nudge. Alongside this addictive content and a feeling of reciprocity comes the investment and commitment by imagining how good it would be to do more with less with his systems, the deeper the rabbit hole you go, because the videos are easy to follow and create that feeling of commitment and investment into that brand without real tangible investments. And it's a psychological cost, with each video highlighting a big struggle his customer profile has and then demonstrating a solution. The videos level Matt up on that trust hierarchy ladder of the target audience. All dreams start in the mind, and his videos help to envision the audience's goal by making it seem doable, by providing a how-to to each key pain point of the customer profile. Because a how-to subconsciously speaks to us in a way that says, if he can do it, then I can do it. And it is that fact that causes the audience to get lost in his videos, as they will be looking for all these solutions where they are paying with intangible investments like attention, trust, time, energy into his brand, where it will be more difficult to let go of further down the line. And because now you have invested so much time and energy into his content and know that there is a system out there that is going to 10x your operations, that challenges your original status quo about your own current beliefs and systems, a simple nudge is all that is needed to take the audience member over the line of conversion. And Matt holds the key through his newsletter, which is his main weapon, but we'll get into this soon. But another benefit of YouTube in a funnel is that you need to understand that these longer videos are mechanisms of education but also objection handling, so that the lead naturally feels inspired and takes action to learn and nudges themselves towards these offers. A sort of lead education and qualification mechanisms before anything is offered or any forceful action is taken. So for example, look at his featured video, How He Broke Self-Limiting Beliefs. It's about giving that spark of hope, and it's the first video you see. And it starts with the mindset, and it's about removing these barriers to entry through eliminating self-limiting roadblocks that motivates people to take action. You give them the autonomy to take the next step. You remove uncertainty because you are challenging your ideal customer profile's main capability roadblocks. And these are the common things this ideal customer profile experiences. And with this in mind, this first video opens up the door of motivation to take action, to watch further videos, to jump into his content funnel, where eventually you will sign up to his newsletter. And like I said, from there, a nudge is all it takes. And this is why his YouTube channel is his core pillar, a main hub, a link to all his social medias, a link to all his offers like the mastermind, newsletter, Founder OS training, showing that this content is for the entirety of his target audience, from low ticket to high ticket prospect. He gives the people the autonomy to choose and explore whichever ticket they are interested in, which is a great thing because all his problems that he identifies and enlighten the audience about are problems that people run up on no matter where they are on the business ladder, from low ticket to high ticket. And so these videos will always be relatable, and then each video has a clear call to action to his newsletter and his training, which are easy entry points to free value or to a direct course that is going to get you the results quicker and easier, making it easy and accessible in each description of each video to take that next step in the interest. But a more important thing nowadays, especially with AI coming in, is the personal touches to a funnel. And Matt has done this perfectly because under each video, a personal touch in the comments is all it takes. He asks people if they want his help by outlining exactly what these calls entail, who it is for, and he puts that personal touch in the personal brand, because it's about these little touches that take you an extra mile. It minimizes perceived effort to take action by being direct, clear and personal, closing that imaginary internet distance between the audience and the brand. Because at the end of the day, that is what each transition from a touch point should do. But also it capitalizes on acting on the principle of pain identification, which I will go into a bit later, but it can increase your conversions by 10x easily. So listen out for that. And then you have his Instagram and TikTok, and these platforms bring in the biggest percent of the colder audience due to the reach of Reels and the TikTok videos. And what Matt has done well is that he saw a trend where there was a time period of aesthetically pleasing educational short form videos. And so he paired the aesthetics, his great information, and boom, as you can see, there are a couple of viral sensations. And as you can see, he repurposes the content, but the algorithm has made different videos popular, but it's all the same content using that content flywheel. And then you have the Instagram, because what is the purpose of it? Platform is used to put the personal in the personal brand, your lifestyle, behind the scenes, etc. And it lies in that popcorn content that is educational, like stories, through Q&As that make people engage with your brand, because people don't go on TikTok and Instagram to be educated, but it's these popcorn content that satisfies the itch, like the reels and the TikTok videos. And from there, when you get that colder audience, you have to channel that audience to your Instagram, which acts as the bridge between the cold audience and your brand, because Instagram is all about the visuals and it's all about showing your personal brand, because you capture attention and then you have to show off the brand, the lifestyle, the operations as a social proof to your information. A kind of I know what I'm doing, I am the living proof of my system type of way. And this is what Matt does with his Founder OS community, because what he essentially does is he takes this main Instagram and he funnels it into a Founder OS community. Why? Because you click on that Founder OS community Instagram page and it helps to sift through the people who are actually interested in his offer. Because like I mentioned, and we'll expand on this later on, at his size and scale of the brand, Matt's business, I think, prioritizes quality leads. So he uses this to segment the large cold audiences into people intrigued about his offerings, because his prime Instagram serves as that primary platform to reach broad audiences, establish authority and generate awareness, focusing on creators' expertise, brand and personality, attracting a wide variety of followers. And then the community account allows for a more focused space dedicated to create a community where the content can be tailored to deeper discussions, niche topics, and user-generated content that wouldn't align with the broader strategy of the main account, with content focusing more on the ideal customer profile, speaking more directly to their pain points, desires, and aspirations, with community engagement and higher reputation social proof that sell the higher ticket service. And from his Instagram, he funnels his audience into his workshop and the Founder OS training. And I'll get into these soon, explain why he's funneling certain audiences from certain platforms into the workshop and not others. And it's a clever strategy, so listen out. And then you have his LinkedIn. And the purpose of LinkedIn is a professional networking platform designed for career development and business growth. And therefore, this audience of professionals and entrepreneurs perfectly aligns with Matt's target market, founders and business leaders that seek systems to scale their businesses and personal brands. And the algorithm rewards educational and value-driven content that allows Matt to showcase his expertise, build credibility, and attract higher intent leads. He does this so well in a unique style. And why do you think this works? Because it's a personal touch and shows that extra effort that goes into these posts. It's like a direct letter to the viewer, and his unique style of post give him a new angle that helps to catch attention, and it clearly works. He has him over 770,000 followers on the platform, because something everyone wants nowadays is a connection, someone that speaks their language, who speaks to them, and this unique style of post gives this illusion. And of course, on top of this unique style, there's immense value provided for the LinkedIn crowd, packaged in a way that is actionable from the moment you read it, providing insights into systems that helped him over the years to scale his business and life. But also, he doesn't only provide business advice, but also general life advice, so people don't hit the same roadblocks, because everyone wants to be an entrepreneur nowadays. So you have to listen to the ones that have carved the path for you, that have already walked the path, so it's easy for the ones that follow. And this is what he does and why people will listen to him. And it's these connections and discussions that ensure his audience is more likely to engage with his offers and make it an ideal traffic source for his business model. And then, as you can see, his LinkedIn funnels into his newsletter and Founder OS training, which are perfect entry points for this ideal customer profile that comes in from LinkedIn, where they can take that first step in either getting free value from his newsletter or that first step to scaling their business. And then you have Twitter or X, and that is a mixture of LinkedIn and Instagram, providing all-round value through visual and written mediums. This popcorn content gives people quick insights that provide snap motivational boosts to their day by being action driven. And it's about making people aware of the system that he has and this main offer that provides them, so then he can guide them towards his offers. But the content also highlights potential gaps in people's systems in an easily digestible way, like a slap in the face kind of way. So they start to So they begin to question their operation systems. And the approach is simple. What you do is create a lot of snap content that hammers and targets the desires, pain points, aspirations, your lifestyle in an easily digestible and a memorable way that gets engagement. And then you give these people a longer thread. You might highlight this main problem, then put a band-aid on it with snappable and easy to digest info. However, it's only a band-aid and it's not going to get fixed. So at the end, you plug your service, you plug your offer for a more permanent fix. And this is how Matt does it. And it has grown him to over 360,000 followers. And from X, he does the same thing as Instagram. He funnels it to a more community-focused page where then he can talk in a more honed-in way on the profile's pain points, desires, and aspirations. And then his X funnels into his newsletter, which is a great approach because his X has very high engagement rates and it's a lot of snappable content. And if you enjoy these little insights, imagine what you could get with his emails, which are filled with value. And then you have this overall website flow, the founderos.com. And the first thing you see is the headline, level up your system. Simple and raises curiosity, addressing that broad desire of his audience, providing a good aesthetic. But do we want aesthetics or do we want results? And personally, I think the headline could be more direct with what the level up is, leading with something that is not as broad and speaks and calls out the audience directly. And from there, you click that button and redirects you to a qualification call. And we'll go into why I think his funnel has such a strong approach to qualifications in a minute. And then you can see his main site has all his offers and of course his newsletter. And then we have this workshop that you have seen some of his platforms funnel to and some don't. And it is a time-based event. And the platforms that lead into this workshop are TikTok, Instagram and LinkedIn. And why do I think this is the case? Well, let's first look at the purpose of this workshop. So it's titled, The Secret Growth Strategy Behind the Most Successful Online Businesses, How My Content GPS Can Help You Rapidly Scale Your Business, Audience and Revenue. So with this headline in mind, there's two outcomes. He is funneling the platform with larger cold audiences, so Instagram and TikTok, to an easily digestible webinar that is an easy entry point for a cold audience. And then he is funneling the LinkedIn members because in fact, they'll be more qualified due to the audience on there that is more entrepreneurial and professional based. And it's these businesses that will be looking for that next step up. And this is what this workshop offers. It targets people who are slightly unaware of their problem and the possible solutions, where Matt will fit perfectly to educate about his system. Because this is an easy funnel to get one foot in the door of his brand. It's free, it seems personal and intimate by naming it a coffee break, and it offers an incentive, a founder flywheel, which I'm assuming will be a part of an email sequence to upsell later on. And so if you're looking to upgrade your business, for example, if you're a LinkedIn member that's coming in, I don't see a reason not to join. And people will buy, because I'm guessing this will be essentially a workshop filled with a lot of gap selling that leads to a tripwire offer or some sort of next step like a qualification, where he will essentially highlight the current gaps, then paint a vivid picture of a desired goal and the current situation they might be in, and places systems in the middle between these two positions as the bridge. And then after you sign up, you go into a further qualification survey, which I will explain in a second. But you also get an automated email that outlines what the workshop will be, what it will cover, being clear and transparent, which is a great way to self-qualify leads, because they'll know if they actually want to attend and hear this stuff. And it reduces uncertainty around the event because they'll know what to expect and they'll come more prepared, which again qualifies them and edges them a bit closer towards conversion. And what Matt does well in this email is that he understands that volume is key. He understands an important point of how can one cohort of users lead to another. And he does this exactly by asking if you know someone who might benefit, please invite them. And then as a PSS, that email funnels this colder audience into a YouTube video, which begins to expose this colder audience from these wider platforms to his more targeted content, to nurture them through this problem-solving content, to keep them in the Ferris wheel of the brand. And then we have the middle and the bottom of the funnel. And as you can tell, he is playing to his strengths. His newsletter is his baby and his main nurturing mechanism alongside his YouTube long-form content. And by directing every single platform to his newsletter, he has created a money-printing monster that enlightens, nurtures and funnels his huge audiences to a large number of his offers. Live events that get one foot in the door of his brand. As well as nurturing, it's his main form of selling that capitalizes on the potential for long-term engagement with his audience, and also keeping subscribers informed and priming them for future sales opportunities by a single single nudge of an email. And what can you learn from his emails? Because that is his strength. How can you nurture your audience? If you want to learn more, go subscribe to his newsletter because it's great and full of insights if you're a business owner. But some of the things are subject lines that spark curiosity, establish credibility of specific achievements, and promise actionable insights or exclusive value to address audience aspirations or pain points. And then also he mentions reading times, which sets clear expectations for the reader's time commitment, valuing the reader's time, giving people a clear indication that you're not wasting their time. And then he also speaks directly to the audience, easily bridges the gap between him and the audience member. And then many of his emails begin with relatable and intriguing questions from a subscriber, which many in the audience are likely to share, bridging that emotional connection between the audience member and Matt, showing that he cares about the feedback that they provide to him. And then you have personal stories with specific achievements, where every email sounds like a conversation rather than a heartless brand trying to push something at you. And so by directly speaking to the audience challenges, it makes the email feel more tailored to their problems. And then at the end of the day, it is his money printing machine. He uses a lot of FOMO, agency, and building anticipation. He is going to push events and products, and by limiting access to these and increasing the urgency, he rallies these numbers. But before all this, he understands to build anticipation through a series of relatable stories that directly speak to the pain point, where he builds up to a climax where a solution is often revealed, priming the audience for a conversion to his webinar or whatever the desired goal is. But as you can see, there is a lot of communication, and his funnel is very one-dimensional at this stage of his career. And you might be thinking, why? My theory is that Matt has a new approach to his business, because of course at the beginning it's all about cash flow and having a steady funnel that brings in customers and a predictable source of income. However, due to Matt's success and authority in the industry, he is far past this stage, and as a result I believe that he is more focused on scaling his business through acquiring high quality leads to again do more with less, not wasting time and resources. Because as you can see, all his offers have the same flow: a landing page, some sort of survey that qualifies, and then a qualification booking. Why? Because like I said, I think his main goal is to scale with high quality leads and then maximize the lifetime value of these high quality leads. By going through each qualification with his salespeople, I'm assuming you will ask how committed you are, and essentially qualifying you if you are their ideal customer profile. And if you are, then you will be of high quality, and the upsells will start later on when you are ready, because timing is key. And therefore, as he is already earning millions of dollars, he is simply following one of his core values, which is redefining his business and work-life balance. Because, for example, rather than selling a $30 course to low-quality leads, he is maximising the lifetime value of high-quality leads through what I'm assuming is a value ladder further on in the buyer journey. So now that he is an industry leader, he's focused on bringing high-quality leads that make him more money over time, rather than filling and clogging his pipeline with low-quality leads. So as you can see, all these flows are the same. But let's say you look for yourself. Let's say I've watched one of his videos. It's really got you thinking about your systems and the fact you are doing too much for too little, that there is a possibility to do more with less, enlighten you and opening your eyes. And here is Matt, and it's his newsletter. So you sign up, and after you sign up to his newsletter, there's two options. It gives you the autonomy to choose. You can fill in the survey for a consult call, or just leave and look at the automated email sequence you can get. That I'm not going to reveal, but some principles here. And he does two things. After you watch these videos, you have identified a problem and the pain point, and this pain point is the strongest at its identification, and with time it slowly diminishes. So a straight redirection to an offer or a consult call is the best way to go, because it's a time of high emotionality, because you've got this pain point and you don't know what to do with it, and that is when you go and solve it with your offer. And so here you are given a choice to act through a call or to act, but essentially indirectly, because from that first email he circles back to the main mechanism of the Ikigai, and it gets you thinking about leveling up yourself and your business by storytelling, emotionally connecting you to that story, and laying the groundwork for a pitch, or what I'm thinking is going to be a pitch of his Founder OS course. And he gets you emotionally invested from the first email, getting you to take action straight away using that Ikigai framework, a sort of psychological investment and commitment to his brand. Or you can fill in the survey that qualifies you with the qualification questions, including do you own a business, how much does your business earn a month, and then you go into a clarity call where I'm assuming there'll be a discovery, so problem identification, clarifying the problem, and then a following solution. And if you buy, I'm assuming there'll be an onboarding process, being added to some sort of private community, SMS and email nudges that provide you with reminders, exclusive timed offers, and other benefits. And over time, with enough commitment and investment into his course, there would be an upsell. And as you can see, the mastermind follows the exact same principles, and all his offers lead to that same survey and qualification form as I mentioned. No tripwire offers or anything fancy like that. And I think that's a clear sign that qualification is his main process, to provide a frictionless process where less touch points exist, and as a result, it becomes easier to track the leaks in the funnel and scale in the future, where his newsletter becomes his main form of funneling to different one-time courses and events, rather than having 16 different touch points at once to sell different things, which only complicates your systems, and that is the last thing that Matt would want. However, let's think about one thing. How different could have the funnel been on the journey to the top prior to this newfound focus? So for example, Matt would have been more focused on increasing his authority in the industry, getting a stable flow of cash coming in through his brand, and audience investment into the brand through a value ladder that could have been led by a tripwire offer to increase his authority, credibility, and social proof. And so here are two funnels that demonstrate these goals and how you can apply them on your rise to the top. So first of all, we have newsletter opt-in to a low ticket tripwire, to a qualification, and then an upsell, where the goal is to increase your authority in the industry, get that stable flow of cash coming from your funnel, and get audiences invested into your brand. So first of all, we have the social media traffic into the newsletter opt-in. Your social media videos are building that trust, where your social media is providing a platform to identify and amplify your audience's pain points and create urgency and relevance, intensify their emotional triggers, and setting the stage for deeper engagement with your offers. And from these social media platforms to a newsletter opt-in, it gives them a low commitment entry point. They're not investing anything. Opting into a newsletter is a low friction action that feels valuable and making it easy for prospects to take that first step into your funnel. And then from the newsletter opt-in, you redirect straight into a low ticket tripwire offer, because most likely during that moment where they've opted in, they have identified a problem that your newsletter might solve. So remember what I said about pain identification? You offer them that solution straight away through a low ticket tripwire offer. And because of this pain identification, you convert subscribers into buyers, which is a critical step in establishing your trust and buyer intent. But also it's about that revenue generation, because even at a low price point, like $30 for an ebook or a course, this creates that steady flow of income to fund further brand building activities. And then from that low ticket, if they buy, you can qualify and upsell even further. And because the people who click this are more likely to be more serious about solving their problem, making them prime candidates for high value offers. And this capitalizes on established trust and authority to secure high value sales and increase the customer value of each lead that you get. And then you have the reverse squeeze funnel. So first of all, you identify a main problem your audience has, and that will be your main offer. And then this larger than life problem is made up of smaller roadblocks that make up this larger issue, mini roadblocks of success. And this content on your social media will tackle these mini roadblocks of success, and it would funnel to that main video sales letter where you would be answering that big question. So look here, you have your free value content, these mini roadblocks of success, and they funnel your audience into a high traffic landing page, because your content already is establishing intent, trust, credibility, and is attracting that broader audience. You are helping them to take that next step in the journey. And then in that video sales letter, you drive the conversions with value, because once visitors explore the quality of your free content, the mini roadblocks, and then they watch the part 1 of the video, which answers the main problem, they are more likely to opt in for additional resources or updates, because they trust you now to solve their problem again, reducing that friction to feel pressure to commit to something immediately, increasing that likelihood of opting in because trust is built. And as you have built up this main problem in video 1, we as people just crave closure, so it will lead to higher opt-ins and conversion rates, because the promise of finishing the story or accessing a complete solution entices these users to exchange their email and leads to higher opt-in rates. And then from there, again, you can either offer an immediate upsell, because remember, pain point is at its highest during this identification, or you can have future offers with the newsletter that they just signed up in, because the newsletter allows you to nurture leads over time by consistently providing actionable advice and insights. But the immediate upsell capitalizes on that higher conversion rate due to the pain point identification and high emotionality during this process. And that is the strategy. And that's it for today. I hope you found this valuable and can take some of these insights to skyrocket your own and brands and their funnels. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And if you're interested in boosting your own funnels conversions, check out the rest of my channel, all the links down below. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching and I hope you have a great day.